Wow, the way this is blinding me right now. Hi, welcome back to JRB Life. It has been a minute since I've recorded a sit down and chit chat with me video. Today I wanted to do a little update and talk about some of the things that have changed my life in 2023 as we wrap up the year, as I set intentions for this new year. I have 5 things that have changed my life in 2023. The first one that I would say changed my life was this year was daily yoga. I have a morning practice now and I literally I don't feel like my normal self if I miss a day, or if I'm like unable, if I don't have space, if I'm like traveling and I don't have space to do yoga, like sit in a chair and do some kind of stretching. Like, I don't feel like myself if I don't do yoga. So, and I can probably categorize this under like real dopamine, not the fake stuff you get from scrolling or from like likes and comments, a lot of just like sitting down and watching TV. No, like real dopamine, like stuff that helps me feel like really fulfilled and really happy with my life, and comfortable, more comfortable in my body and in the embodied state of like living my life. So yes, yoga is a big one. Walking, I'm not gonna lie to you, I started in the summer, and then as it got cold, me and the cold are not friends. I hibernate in the winter. I barely leave my house in the winter. So as it started getting colder, I stopped walking. Besides like walking in the city, I am gonna get back into it because I literally don't feel like well rested in my spirit if I haven't been outside in fresh air. Um, so yeah, that's one thing that I started, and I have to get back into regular like daily walks. So yeah, yoga, walking, and I just recently started doing wall sits. I'm not gonna say that it is pleasant. I'm not gonna say that it's great. And the leg shakes that I get after I do it are serious. And I don't know why I'm mentally this way, that I do this to myself, but I feel like the sense of the accomplishment that I get after doing wall sits like for 5 minutes, and they're making myself like do it without any like distraction. Sometimes I'll give myself a break. Like when I first started, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago now, when I first started, I would like scroll for the 5 minutes to be up. But now sometimes I won't have anything to like distract me, or I've started humming now, and like I can feel my entire core activate. It's like crazy, but it feels so amazing until like I can barely like, breathe. And then by then the 5 minutes is up, but I've gotten better within the 5 minutes, like tolerating the 5 minutes. Wow, this is just going down a rabbit hole of just talking about wall sits. But even when I pop up out the wall sit and I feel like I'm about to throw up and collapse and my legs are vibrating under me and literally shaking under me like that, I feel great. I'm like, damn, yes, I did it. Wow. And I can't wait until I can like stack books on my lap, sit there for 5 minutes and like hum a whole song. And it's just amazing. So yeah, real dopamine. Embracing my softness. I'm still working on this one because the way I was raised and the way I used to navigate life was from a space of, don't let anybody take advantage of me. It was just it wasn't from like a very trusting place. And I think with like changing my life and making it more so that it fits me and allows me to be more creative and allows me to explore my artistry, I'm like co-creating this life that feels so good that like I cannot help but be this like smiley, like I can't help but exude the satisfaction and the happiness that I have cultivated in my life. And I think it feels great. Honestly, it feels amazing. I think it skews how people perceive me sometimes. That I'm always this way. I'm not always this way. I just consciously worked to, there's been a lot of work that has gone into like even allowing myself to have the freedom and trust in myself to like create this life and create this happiness and like trust that I can have it. And so I think sometimes people think like I've always been this way, and I haven't. I definitely have had to be tough and be hard and like a little cold and a little just no nonsense. Like I have had to do that and be that. And so it's like, it's not that it's inaccessible to me. It's just that I am enjoying life so much now that this is just like, no, I don't want to say my baseline, but like, it kind of is my baseline now, which is amazing. Sometimes I think it skews like people's perception of like the music that I want to make and the sound that I'm going for. And so people might think like, oh, it doesn't really match what you are now. And I'm like, how do you think I got this way? Like, how do you think I got to it's because I went through everything that I want to help other people go through and like get through. And I'm realizing, I was in the studio the other day, yesterday, and there's a song that I want to sing and I've written it. It's hard for me to go back and access those emotions. Like, even though I've gone through it, or I can resonate with people that have gone through it, a lot of the like anger and there are emotions that like I feel, but I don't feel them like, I don't want to say strongly because I do feel them strongly. They just don't last. I will work through them. And of course, there's a lot of stuff I haven't worked through, which is probably like why I can't access it as well. And so the coping mechanisms there. I find that because I'm in this like very happy baseline, it's a little harder for me to access some of the more negative emotions, or not negative, but like more difficult emotions that aren't, pleasant. But I need that for some of the songs that I've written and that I want to sing, and that I want to put in my project. I think expanding that and being able to reach back and access that, I need to work on those energetic and emotional channels. And then I think because I'm at this baseline, people think that, I don't want to say people, but like sometimes people think like shit is sweet. And then when I switch, they're like, oh my God. And I'm like, yeah. Didn't think I could get this way, but now you know. So, I'm not saying that to say that I'm gonna go back to being, the thug that I was, but I think there's like a balance there that I need to continue working on, that I got more aware of this year. Trusting that everything works out for me and that everything will fall into place that I want. And this is like an expansion of like a lesson I already learned before, because I've had the affirmation that everything works out for me. And that was back when I, flipped my life and everything like really did miraculously like work out for me. And this year was different because I was like, I'm in this space where shit has worked out for me. And I'm asking for more. I'm asking for more things to work out for me. I'm asking for more funding so that I can do Star Camp. I'm asking for more income, more time freedom, just more in general. And trusting that when I'm not in like a super depressed state, and when I'm not in a state that has sucked and drained the life energy out of me, to the point that I can't even worry about like how the freak things are gonna work out. Like, now I have capacity to worry and overthink about how things are gonna work out and if they will or if they won't. But this year has been a huge lesson in just trusting that, wow, I hope you can't hear those dogs, but just trusting that everything is gonna work out for me. When I was wanting to do Star Camp, I feel like that's a whole nother video in itself, but I'm gonna keep it brief. I didn't know how I was going to pay for it. I didn't know if I would have enough to pay for it. And long story short, randomly a second income source came in and was like basically placed in my lap for me to make a little bit of extra coin on the side that will help me recoup the expenses from start camp. When that happened, I was like I really don't need to worry about anything, because really everything does work out for me. And I see it time and time again. Like I see it in small things, I see it in big things. Like I will literally wake up in the morning and be like, yo, I don't feel like doing this meeting for this job, or I don't feel like talking to this person today for this extraneous thing for this job. And I will receive an email in my inbox being like, oh yeah, this meeting's canceled. There's not, like, it happens multiple times to the point that I'm just like, okay, well, I really, yeah, there's no reason for me not to trust that everything's gonna work out, and that I am gonna keep getting the more and the desires that I ask of life, as long as I keep doing the work to expand and grow and heal, basically. And even like this holiday season, like there were opportunities that came up that, like, if I had gone along with the plans of others, or if I had gone along with my own plans, I wouldn't have been able to participate in those opportunities. And so I have to like trust that what I want to do is divinely led, and like it makes sense to me. And trusting that I know what I'm doing. It's been a whole mindset shift this year, because my background, I went to school for mad long. I went to school for years to like be able to be like, yes, this is the degree I have. This is my foundation for telling you what I'm going to tell you. This is my credentials to back it up while I'm saying this, so you know I'm qualified. And then to switch into this, you know, abstract, like just creative, free space where nobody really cares about your credentials. Like nobody really, like you can have them, that's fine, but there's like something more that you have to have besides just the credentials. It's been like it's been a mindset shift and a realization this year that, number one, I am who I say I am. And part of that is trusting that I know what I'm doing. And even if logically I don't know what I'm doing, my spirit, my heart knows what it's doing. And it's brought me this far. And so I'm working on not saying that I don't know what I'm doing, because there's so much in music and in artistry that I don't know. There's so much I have to learn. And it's really daunting at times, because I'm the type of person, like, I like to know how to do everything that I need to do. And I don't like relying on people. If I could freaking learn to play the guitar, I would. And not have it be such a time-consuming thing that, like, I feel like I'm wasting time not developing my voice or not developing my songwriting skills. Like, so in my mind, I have to like prioritize all these things. Whereas if when I try not to be in like the space of regret, but like I'm like, oh my God, if I had started when I was like 12, I'd be able to write songs on the guitar or on the piano or whatever. I'd be able to harmonize, and I could have gone and taken like harmony lessons or been more involved in choir so that I could know how to harmonize better. That's like a lot of the stuff that goes on in my head, where I'm just like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm trying to like rephrase it and reframe that kind of mindset, because I'm literally surrounded by people that can help me do what I want to do. And it's not all on me to do what I want to do and do what I need to do. So I'm trying to really internalize that trust in myself of knowing, yeah, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. That's a good one. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I may not know exactly what to do in each particular circumstance or instance, and there is a lot for me to learn, but at the core, at the foundation, in my heart, in my spirit, I do know what I'm doing, and I do know why I'm doing it most times. And so what I'm finding is that when I lean into that and I say, I am who I say I am following my gut and my intuition and my spirit, and I'm just going to do what feels right for me to do because I know that's what I should be doing. There's like a level of confidence that is like, well, I don't really care what this person says they interpreted my creation as, or my song as, or my sound as, or me as. Like, I don't really care. Like, I'm doing what I wanted to do in this moment in that form of artistry. And that was a big revelation from Star Camp as well. And it's a really big part of self-determination, I'm finding out. So it's been pretty cool. The last one is to believe people the first time. And I think this is the year that this has finally sunk into my brain, and that I've finally been able to really peep and realize, like, wow, I really have to like slow down, slow the roll. And not even with like romantic relationships, just in general, no matter what relationship we're talking about, just believe people the first time. Like, it's not a big deal to be like, it's okay, I see who you are and I see how you move and how you navigate. Our characters don't align, and that is fine, perfectly fine. It just means that I will move accordingly, and I will move out of your way, because I just don't resonate with certain things. Based on like my previous friendships, based on my previous relationships, I didn't like, sometimes you just don't want to see things, and it's nice to have, you know, a friend or someone there and blah, 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 blah. I think this is the year that it finally set in that, yo, I don't have energy for this. I don't have energy for this. I didn't have it for this in my job, my previous job, my previous life. I definitely don't have energy for this in this current life where I'm so blissed out and like at baseline, comfortable and happy and filled with gratitude. I don't, it's okay. You know what? I can't meet you here because you haven't even met yourself here. Like, I can't resonate with you because you don't even resonate with yourself. And that's okay. That's okay. It just means that I can't be around you. It just means that I'm going to protect myself by not being around you and by limiting your access to me. And it goes for everything. It goes for friendships. It goes for relationships. It goes for, it goes for romantic relationships. It goes for business people. It goes for everybody. Like, collaborators, co-writers, everything, everybody, every relationship. Like, just believe people the first time and don't change your mind until you see something different. I think that is something that has like really sunk in this year. People will treat you how you allow yourself to be treated again and again and again. And that I really, as I get older and as I get wiser and more particular with my energy and where I spend my time and who I spend my time with and who I talk to, what we talk about, I'm very deliberate. Like, I don't talk about certain things with everybody because you're probably not going to understand. And if you don't understand, I don't need you to speak like your lack of understanding or your ignorance into what I got percolating, like, or your doubt, or like, oh, your self-deprecation. I don't need it. I don't need it. At a certain point in life, I just don't have the capacity to deal with a lot of stuff like that, and I don't have the capacity to deal with a lot of like just stuff and people and things that just don't resonate. That's just it. That's that's just where I am. And I've learned to accept that about myself and not feel bad about putting those boundaries in place and those standards in place, and like seeing where people fall. I'm not accepting anything less than people that genuinely align with me, and people that I can be my complete and full self around, and people that I can have deep ass conversations with, and people that want the best for me. So I've learned to like really, I don't want to say meet people where they're at, because if I can't meet you there, I'm just not going to be there. But like accept people for where they are, and like leave them where they are. Like accept it and just exit with grace. Like that's just what it is. It really pays dividends to be very particular with who you surround yourself with, and the kind of energy you allow into your life, into your home, into your thoughts, into your heart. And this is the year that it really finally sunk in that I am the deciding factor, and that I have to be protective of myself. My bubbly, happy baseline, it wouldn't be maintained if I had, so many people draining my energy, or like trauma dumping on me, or emotionally dumping on me, and like not pouring back into me, or like, just you live and you learn. I say all that to say those are the 5 things that really shifted a lot for me this year in 2023, really changed my mind, changed my life in 2023, and really set the stage for me to launch into 2024. My words for 2023 were let go, aim, and execute. And the words that came to me for 2024 were muse, embody, and capture. I want to work on like being hyper present and circular breathing. Like I have a lot of these like physical things that I want to learn how to do, like circular breathing. I don't know, I just like challenge things like that. So I think I'm gonna do 100 days of circular breathing or something like that. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. I want to continue working on my project this year, continue defining my audience, and letting them find me, finding them, and growing my YouTube channel too. It's very cool, and I think because I don't see a lot of content in the way that I want to see it, in the way that I want to do it, like I would love to follow someone along their artist development journey. And so I think this content, like, not only do I freaking find it interesting to like capture and edit and put up, like, but sometimes I'll go back and I'll like watch my videos and I'm like reliving the moment of getting ready for a concert day, or like reliving the concert, and it's pretty cool. And I think people are starting to see that's pretty cool too. I hit my goal for the end of the year. 30 subscribers, woohoo. But if you do watch the videos, I really appreciate it. I would like to hear what you would think is more interesting and what you find interesting, and see if I can give that and share that with you guys too. I have a lot of vlogs that are gonna come out in the new year, of like songwriting sessions, recording studio sessions, and jam sessions, and more of like the lifestyle. I have more sit down chit chat ideas too. But if there's anything that, I don't know, any of the 30, I think it's like 33 of you now, 33 of you that want to hear something, let me know and I'll talk about it. And I have like ideas of like sharing like the stuff that I like, books and podcasts, and like all the nerdy stuff that I like that people think I'm a grandma for, but I don't care, because I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't like them, and I wouldn't be as amazing as I am and as aligned and healed as I am if I didn't like them. So Wow, I really hope y'all can't hear this dog because it's going crazy outside. This video has been long enough. I'm done with it. Keep watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what your intentions, your visions are for 2024, how your 2023 went, and if you have anything you'd like to see or like me to talk about. Thank you for watching.